The distress signal had been broadcasting for 72 hours before the SCP Foundation found it. Deep in the Canadian wilderness, something had fallen from the sky. Not a meteor, not a satellite, a ship. The wreckage of the Forward Unto Dawn lay scattered across 3 square miles of forest, its hull split open like a gutted fish. Foundation reconnaissance teams approached in hazmat suits, their detection equipment screaming with readings that shouldn't exist. In the O5 Council chamber, 13 shadowy figures gathered around a holographic projection of the crash site. "Gentlemen," O5-1 said, his voice calm despite the implications. "We have a situation. Extraterrestrial technology, possibly extraterrestrial life." O5-7 manipulated the hologram, zooming in on a section of the wreckage. "The being inside is in cryosleep. We're reading enhanced physiology, military-grade armor of unknown composition, and enough ordnance to level a city block." "Recommendations?" O5-1 asked. O5-3 leaned forward. "This could be the most significant anomaly we've ever contained. I recommend immediate extraction and containment at Site 19. Maximum security protocols." "Agreed," O5-1 said. Send Omega-7. Mobile Task Force Omega-7, Pandora's Box, assembled at the crash site perimeter. 40 operatives, all heavily armed, all specialists in containing dangerous sentient anomalies. Commander Marcus Rhodes checked his weapon, a prototype pulse rifle designed to disable anomalous entities without killing them. He addressed his squad through the encrypted comm channel. "Listen up," Rhodes said. "Intel says we're dealing with a super soldier in some kind of stasis. We extract the cryopod intact. No one engages the target unless absolutely necessary. Are we clear?" "Sir," Sergeant Chen spoke up, "what if it wakes up during extraction?" Rhodes was quiet for a moment. "Then we find out real quick what those pulse rifles can do. Move out." The team entered the wreckage carefully, weapons raised. The interior of the ship was unlike anything they'd seen. Technology that made modern human engineering look primitive. Holographic displays flickered weakly. Strange symbols covered the walls, and in the center of what appeared to be a cryogenic bay, suspended in a damaged pod, was Master Chief Petty Officer John 117. Even unconscious, even locked in cryosleep, he looked dangerous. "Jesus," Chen whispered. "Look at the size of him." The Spartan stood 7 feet tall in his Mjolnir Mark VI armor. Green and gold, battle-scarred, covered in dents and scorch marks from 1,000 firefights. His helmet's golden visor reflected nothing, gave away nothing. "Vitals are stable," one of the tech specialists reported. "Cryopod is functional but damaged. We can move it." "Do it," Rhodes ordered. "And somebody tell me what the hell that armor is made of. Scanners can't get a reading through it." As the team worked to extract the cryopod, none of them noticed the faint flicker of lights on Chief's helmet HUD. Deep in his armor's systems, something was waking up. Not Chief. Not yet. But his AI. Inside the armor's systems, Cortana's fragmented consciousness stirred. She'd been damaged in the crash, her matrix corrupted, her memory files scattered. But her primary protocols remained intact. Protect John. She ran diagnostics. The cryopod was being moved. Unknown hostiles, unknown location. Threat assessment, unknown. She accessed what remained of the Forward Unto Dawn sensors, saw the armed soldiers surrounding Chief's pod, saw their weapons. They weren't Covenant, they weren't UNSC, they weren't anything in her database. Cortana made a decision. She began a wake-up sequence. Site 19, Special Containment Wing. The cryopod was transported to Site 19 under maximum security. It took 16 hours to move it from Canada to the secure facility hidden beneath the Nevada desert. The entire time, armed guards surrounded the container, pulse rifles charged and ready. Dr. Elizabeth Reyes, the Foundation's leading expert in anomalous humanoid entities, waited in the containment chamber as the pod was carefully positioned in the center of the room. "Remarkable," she breathed, circling the pod. "The technology alone is worth decades of study, but the being inside—" "Doctor," Commander Rhodes said, standing at the entrance with his team. "With respect, I recommend keeping armed security in the room at all times. We don't know what we're dealing with." Dr. Reyes waved him off. "Commander, the entity is in cryostasis. It poses no immediate threat. Your team can wait outside." Rhodes didn't like it, but he followed orders. The heavy containment door sealed behind him with a hiss of hydraulics. Dr. Reyes turned back to the cryopod, pulling up holographic displays, trying to interface with the alien technology. "Let's see what you are," she murmured. Inside the pod, Master Chief's eyes opened. The awakening, the cryopod systems went haywire. Alarms shrieked. Dr. Reyes jumped back as the pod's canopy explosively decompressed, frost billowing out in a wave of freezing mist. Through the fog, a massive armored figure rose. Master Chief assessed the situation. In milliseconds, unknown location, unknown hostiles. Cortana's voice crackled in his helmet, broken and distorted. John, multiple armed contacts outside the room, recommend immediate. Her voice dissolved into static. Cortana? Chief said. Cortana, report. Nothing. She was gone. Again. Dr. Reyes backed toward the wall, her hand reaching for the emergency alert. Please, don't. Chief's hand shot out, faster than she could react, and pulled the alert button off the wall before she could press it. He crushed it in his fist. Where am I? His voice was calm, controlled, but absolutely commanding. You're in a secure facility, Dr. Reyes stammered. We found you in the wreckage. We're trying to help. Who's we? The SCP Foundation. We contain and study anomalous entities. You're not from Earth, are you? Chief processed this. He dealt with ONI, with the UNSC's Black Ops divisions, with bureaucrats who thought soldiers were assets to be managed. This sounded like more of the same. I need to contact UNSC Command, he said. Where's your communications array? I don't know what UNSC means, Dr. Reyes said. Please, if you just cooperate. The containment door exploded inward. Commander Rhodes and 20 MTF operatives flooded into the room, pulse rifles aimed at Chief's center mass. Step away from Dr. Reyes, Rhodes shouted. Get on the ground, now. Chief didn't move. He stood perfectly still, assessing threats. 20 hostiles, unknown weapons, civilian and potential crossfire. No Cortana to provide tactical analysis. He'd been in worse situations. I don't want to hurt anyone, Chief said. I just need to get home. Last warning. Rhodes's finger tightened on the trigger. On the ground! Master Chief's response was instant and overwhelming. He moved. The breach. Later, security footage would show that Master Chief moved faster than the cameras could properly track. One moment he was standing still. Next, he was in motion. He crossed the 15 feet to the nearest operative in less than a second, disarmed him with one hand, and used the man's body as a shield as the pulse rifles opened fire. The weapons discharged with a distinctive whoom 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 sound, firing bolts of blue energy designed to disrupt nervous systems and disable anomalous entities. They hit Chief's shields with crackling force. His energy shields flared, absorbing the first volley, then failed with a sharp whine. But by then, Chief was already moving again. He threw his human shield into 3 operatives, sending them crashing to the ground. His fist connected with another soldier's chest plate, denting the armor and launching the man backward into the wall. He grabbed a pulse rifle from a fallen operative and, without even looking at the unfamiliar weapon, worked out its function in 2 seconds. Chief fired. The pulse bolt hit an operative in the leg and the man dropped, convulsing. Non-lethal. Good. Chief didn't want to kill anyone if he could avoid it. Fall back, Rhodes shouted. Get the Scranton anchors online. Fall back. The MTF team retreated through the doorway, laying down suppressing fire. Chief advanced methodically, using the cryopod as cover, taking down operatives with precise, controlled shots. Dr. Reyes huddled behind an overturned equipment cart, watching in absolute terror as this armored giant dismantled an entire MTF squad in under 30 seconds. Chief reached the doorway and paused. The corridor beyond was filled with armed soldiers, all taking defensive positions. He could fight through them, probably. But to what end? He needed information. He needed to figure out where he was, what year it was, and how to get back to UNSC space. And he needed to find out what happened to Cortana. Commander, Chief called out, I don't want to fight you, I want to talk. Rhodes, crouched behind a portable barrier, didn't lower his weapon. You just took down half my squad. Non-lethal takedowns, Chief corrected. If I wanted them dead, they would be. I want to talk to whoever's in charge. Rhodes and Dr. Reyes exchanged glances through the doorway. He's right, Dr. Reyes said quietly. He could have killed all of us. He chose not to. Rhodes gritted his teeth. This was above his pay grade. Way above. He keyed his comm. Commander Rhodes to Site Director. We have a situation. The anomaly is awake, armed, and requesting negotiations. The negotiation. 30 minutes later, Master Chief sat in an interrogation room designed to hold reality benders and demigods. The chair had been reinforced 3 times before it could support his weight. His Mjolnir armor showed dozens of scorch marks from the pulse weapons, but he seemed otherwise unharmed. Across the table sat Site Director Thomas Graham, a gray-haired man in his 60s who'd spent 40 years with the Foundation and thought he'd seen everything. He was rapidly revising that assessment. "Let me see if you see a feel." "I understand correctly," Graham said, consulting his notes. "You're a soldier from the year 2557. You were fighting an alien coalition called the Covenant. Your ship was damaged and you entered cryo-sleep. When you woke up, you were here." "That's correct," Chief said. "And you have no idea how you got to our Earth, or our timeline." "No, sir." Graham leaned back. "Son, I don't know what kind of technology your people have, but this is Earth. The year is 2026. Whatever war you were fighting, it's not our war." Chief was silent for a long moment. 2026. 531 years in the past. That was impossible. The slip space drive couldn't do that. Nothing could. Unless... "The composer," Chief said quietly. "When we destroyed the composer, it created a slip space rupture. If the forward unto dawn got caught in that..." "I have no idea what you just said," Graham admitted. "But here's what I do know. You're an anomaly, an unknown entity with unknown capabilities. My job is to contain and study anomalies." "I'm not staying here," Chief said flatly. "I'm afraid you don't have a choice." Chief's helmet turned toward Graham, the golden visor reflecting the man's face. "With respect, sir, yes, I do." Graham felt a chill run down his spine. This wasn't a threat. It was a simple statement of fact. This soldier could leave whenever he wanted. The only reason he was sitting here was because he chose to be. "What do you want?" Graham asked. "Information, help. I need to find a way back to my timeline, back to my war. And if we can't help you with that, then I'll find another way." Graham studied the armored giant across from him. In his 40 years with the Foundation, he'd contained gods, demons, reality benders, and things that defied description. This soldier should have been easy, just another anomaly to lock up and study, but something told him this was different. "I'll make you a deal," Graham said. "We'll help you. We'll dedicate resources to figuring out how you got here and how to send you back. In exchange, you cooperate with all our research. You answer our questions. You help us understand the technology you brought with you. And if your research shows there's no way back, then we reassess, but I'm a man of my word. We'll try." Chief considered this. He didn't trust these people. They tried to contain him, study him like a lab specimen, but he also recognized pragmatism when he saw it. He needed their help. "One condition," Chief said. "You give me access to the forward unto dawn's wreckage. There's an AI in my armor systems. She's damaged. I need to repair her." Graham hesitated. Giving an anomaly access to advanced alien technology was risky, but he also knew that forcing the issue would end badly. "Agreed, under supervision." Chief extended his hand. Graham shook it, trying not to wince at the strength of the grip, even though Chief was clearly being gentle. "Director," Dr. Reyes' voice crackled over the intercom. "I'm sorry to interrupt, but we have a problem." "What kind of problem?" "It's SCP-682. It's breached containment, and it's heading toward the special containment wing." Graham's blood ran cold. SCP-682, the hard-to-destroy reptile, one of the most dangerous entities in Foundation custody, and it was loose. Chief stood. "Point me toward it." "Absolutely not," Graham said. "You don't understand what 682 is. It's a threat," Chief interrupted. "You have a threat. I can neutralize threats. That's what I do." SCP-682. Containment Breach. The hard-to-destroy reptile smashed through the reinforced walls of Cell Block D like they were made of cardboard. It had grown since the last breach, 15 feet tall now, covered in adaptive armor plating that had evolved specifically to counter the Foundation's weapons. It was intelligent, it was adaptable, and it hated humanity with a passion that bordered on existential. "Disgusting!" the creature roared, its voice like grinding stone. "I will purge this place of your filth." MTF units converged from 3 directions, opening fire with everything they had. Armor-piercing rounds, incendiary grenades, acid sprayers. 682 tanked it all, its hide adapting in real time, growing thicker, developing heat resistance, neutralizing the acid. It killed 12 operatives in the first 30 seconds. Commander Rhodes fell back, calling for reinforcements, knowing they'd never arrive in time. 682 was heading for the main facility. If it reached the civilian staff levels, "All units fall back," he shouted. "We need to—" A massive armored figure dropped from the ceiling vent, landing directly in 682's path with a ground-shaking impact. Master Chief stood between the monster and the retreating soldiers, an M6 Magnum pistol in each hand, weapons he'd retrieved from the forward unto Dawn's armory. 682 stopped, tilting its massive reptilian head. "What are you?" "Spartan 117, Chief said calmly. "Stand down." The creature laughed, a sound like rocks in a blender. "Another human insect thinking to command me. I will enjoy—" Chief shot him in the eye. The M6 Magnum fired armor-piercing high-explosive rounds designed to punch through Covenant energy shields and elite combat armor. The round penetrated 682's eye socket and detonated inside its skull. The creature shrieked and thrashed, its head smoking. But it was already regenerating, already adapting. A bone plate grew over the damaged eye. Its hide thickened. "Impressive," 682 growled, genuinely surprised. "You actually hurt me, but now I will—" Chief emptied powerful shots into the creature's center mass. 12 rounds, each one finding a weak point, each one detonating internally. 682 staggered. It had never encountered weapons like this. Human weapons were toys. These were different. Chief holstered the empty pistols and charged. What followed was a battle that the Foundation staff would talk about for years. Master Chief, enhanced by Spartan augmentation and Mjolnir armor, went toe-to-toe with one of the most dangerous entities in Foundation custody. He dodged the creature's snapping jaws, rolled under its swiping claws, and delivered devastating punches to its joints and soft tissues. When 682 adapted to his strikes, growing bone armor, Chief adapted too, targeting the gaps, exploiting the creature's momentary vulnerabilities. "What are you?" 682 roared again, genuinely confused now. Humans didn't fight like this. Humans weren't this strong, this fast, this relentless. "I told you," Chief grunted, driving his fist into the creature's throat. "Spartan 117. He grabbed 682 by its massive jaws, one hand on the upper jaw, one on the lower. The creature's eyes widened. It was going to bite down, crush this insect. Chief pulled. With a roar of effort amplified by his armor's servos, he forced the jaws apart. Wider, wider. The creature thrashed, trying to break free, but Chief's grip was absolute. Bone cracked. 682 screamed. Chief released the creature and delivered a devastating punch to its snout, sending the 15-foot reptile sliding backward across the floor. 682 lay there, breathing hard, its jaw hanging at an unnatural angle. It was already healing, already adapting, but for the first time in decades, it had met something stronger. "Stay down," Chief said, his voice carrying absolute authority. 682 stared at him. Then, impossibly, the creature laughed again. But this time, there was something different in the sound. Not hatred, not disgust, respect. "Remarkable," it said, its jaw already resetting. Perhaps not all humans are insects." The creature turned and walked back toward its containment cell, voluntarily. For the first time in Foundation history, SCP-682 had retreated without being forced. Commander Rhodes lowered his weapon, staring in absolute disbelief. Did 682 just walk back to its cell? Chief turned to the stunned MTF operatives. "Where's the next threat?" Word spreads. Within hours, every anomaly in Site-19 knew about the armored soldier who'd made 682 retreat. The whispers spread through containment cells, through pocket dimensions, through the facility's very walls. In his cell, SCP-0762, Abel opened his eyes for the first time in months. He'd felt it, a warrior's presence, a true warrior. He smiled. Finally, a challenge. SCP-106, the old man, paused in his pocket dimension. He'd heard about the soldier who wouldn't be contained. Interesting, perhaps worth investigating. And in the darkest corner of Site-19, SCP-035, the possessive mask, whispered to itself, "Oh, this one is special. This one could be useful." The armory. Master Chief stood in a secured workshop, pieces of the Forward Unto Dawn's computer system spread out before him. Dr. Reyes watched nervously as the Spartan's armored fingers moved with surprising delicacy through the damaged circuitry. "I still can't believe you fought 682 hand-to-hand and won," she said. "I didn't win," Chief corrected, not looking up from his work. "It retreated. That's not the same thing." "That's the first time it's ever retreated." Chief found what he was looking for, Cortana's data chip slot. The chip was still there, but cracked, the neural pathways corrupted. "Cortana," he said softly. "Come on, don't do this to me." For a moment, nothing. Then, a flicker, a faint, broken voice. John? Is that... Where are we?" Relief flooded through him, though his voice remained steady. "We're safe. You're damaged. I'm going to fix you. Always. The optimist." Her voice faded again, but it was enough. She was alive. Fragmented, but alive. "I need..."
"Equipment," Chief said, turning to Dr. Reyes. "Advanced computing systems, quantum processors if you have them. We have some recovered anomalous technology that might work," Dr. Reyes said. "But I'll need authorization from..." The lights went out. Emergency lighting kicked in, bathing everything in red. An alarm blared, different from the 682 breach alarm. This one was higher pitched, more urgent. Dr. Reyes checked her tablet, her face going pale. "Oh no. What is it?" It's SCP-106. It's phasing through the facility, and according to sensors..." She looked up at Chief, terrified. "It's coming here, days." SCP-106. The old man. The walls began to corrode. Black, oily decay spread across the concrete like a cancer, eating through the reinforced barriers as if they were paper. The temperature dropped 20 degrees in seconds. From the spreading corruption, a figure emerged. SCP-106 looked like an elderly man who'd been left to rot in some forgotten place. His skin was blackened and decayed, constantly dripping a corrosive black fluid that ate through anything it touched. His eyes were pools of darkness, and when he smiled, it was the smile of something that had forgotten what it meant to be human. "Yes," the old man hissed, his voice like wet leather. The warrior, so strong, so fresh. He reached out with a corroded hand toward Chief. "Come to my pocket dimension, warrior. Let me show you eternity. Let me show you what happens to flesh when time becomes... negotiable." Chief raised his M6 Magnum and fired. The round passed straight through 106's chest. The old man didn't even flinch. He was only partially in this reality. The bullet couldn't hurt something that wasn't entirely there. 106 lunged forward, faster than something that decayed should move. Chief dodged, but not fast enough. The old man's hand grazed his armor, and Chief felt a horrifying sensation. The Mjolnir's shields didn't even react. This wasn't an energy attack. Where 106 had touched, the armor began to corrode. "Dr. Reyes, get out of here," Chief ordered. She didn't need to be told twice. She ran for the door as Chief and 106 circled each other. "You cannot hurt me," the old man said. "I am beyond your weapons, beyond your strength. Come, let me take you somewhere special." Chief's tactical analysis was grim. Standard weapons wouldn't work. The creature could phase through matter. It could corrode anything it touched. He needed a new approach. Then he remembered something. In the Forward Unto Dawn's armory, there had been plasma grenades, Covenant technology that burned at temperatures hot enough to slag starship armor. He'd brought 2 of them. Chief pulled the plasma grenade from his belt and activated it with a sharp twist. The device hummed to life, brilliant blue plasma swirling inside the containment field. 106's eyes widened. He'd never seen technology like this. Chief threw the grenade. Not at 106, at the floor beneath him, the pole. Plasma grenade detonated with a flash of blue-white fire, the temperature spiking to over 3,000 degrees Celsius. The concrete floor melted, turned to slag, and SCP-106, partially phased into the floor at that exact moment, screamed. It was a sound of genuine agony. The plasma burned him even in his phased state, the heat disrupting whatever anomalous properties allowed him to exist between dimensions. The old man pulled himself free of the molten slag and retreated back into the walls, his form flickering and distorted. You are not like the others," 106 hissed. "You are dangerous." Then he was gone, phased back into his pocket dimension. Chief stood in the ruined workshop, breathing hard. 1 plasma grenade left. He'd have to make it count.
Behind him, Director Graham's voice crackled over the intercom. "Chief, we need to talk, now." The proposal. In Director Graham's office, Master Chief stood at attention while Graham paced behind his desk. "In the last 6 hours," Graham said, "you've disabled an MTF squad, forced SCP-682 to retreat, and driven off SCP-1006. Do you understand what you've done?" "Defended myself," Chief said simply. "You've proven yourself more dangerous than half the SCPs in this facility." Graham stopped pacing. "I've got O5 council members calling me, demanding that we use every resource at our disposal to contain you permanently. Do you know what that means?" "It means you're going to try." "No," Graham said. "It means I'm going to make you an offer." Chief waited. Graham pulled up a holographic display showing dozens of SCP files. "We have thousands of anomalies in containment, things that want to destroy humanity, things that want to end reality itself. We contain them, study them, and when necessary, neutralize them. And we're always understaffed, always underfunded, always one breach away from catastrophe. You saw what happened with 682. We nearly lost this entire facility." Graham met Chief's visor. "Work with us. Help us contain the worst of the worst. In exchange, we'll give you full access to our research division, our best scientists working around the clock to find a way to send you home. And if I refuse, then we part ways. You walk out that door, and we don't try to stop you, but you'll be on your own. No resources, no support, no way home." Chief was silent for a long moment. He thought of Cortana, damaged and fragmented in his armor. He thought of the Infinity, of Blue Team, of the war he'd left behind. He thought of the soldiers who died to get him this far. He needed to get home, and if helping these people was the way to do it. "I'll need full access to the Forward Unto Dawn's wreckage," Chief said, "and any anomalous technology that might help repair my AI." "Done. I'll need tactical command during containment operations. Your people follow my orders in the field." Graham hesitated, then nodded. "Agreed. Anything else?" "Yeah. What's the worst thing you've got contained here?" Graham's expression darkened. "That would be SCP-2317, the Scarlet King, a chained god that will destroy all of reality if it ever breaks free. We keep it bound with rituals and chains that are slowly failing." "How slowly?" "We have maybe a decade, maybe less." Chief nodded. "Then we'd better get to work." 1 week later, Master Chief stood in a newly constructed armory, surrounded by Foundation scientists and engineers. They'd spent the last week studying his armor, his weapons, and the remnants of UNSC technology from the Forward Unto Dawn, and they'd built him something new. "We call it the Mjolnir F hybrid system," Dr. Reyes explained, gesturing to the modified armor components. "We've integrated Foundation reality anchor technology into your shields. You should be able to interact with phased entities now." She gestured to a weapons rack. "We've also adapted your MA5 assault rifle to fire Foundation-developed ammunition, telekill rounds for possessive entities, silver mercury, rounds for regenerators, and we've managed to replicate your plasma grenades using anomalous technology." Chief picked up the modified assault rifle, checking the weight and balance. "Perfect. And Cortana?" Dr. Reyes smiled. "She's still fragmented, but we've stabilized her matrix using SCP-079's containment protocols. She won't degrade further. Give us another month and we might be able to fully restore her." As if on cue, Cortana's avatar flickered to life on Chief's HUD. She looked rough, her image stuttered and pixelated, but she was there. "Did someone mention my name?" she said, her voice stronger than before. "Good to have you back," Chief said. "Good to be back. Now, can we please talk about the fact that we're 500 years in the past working for a secret organization that imprisons gods?" "Later," Chief said. "We have a mission." Director Graham entered the armory. "Chief, we have a situation. SCP-096 has been accidentally viewed by a researcher. It's breached. Containment, and it's heading for the civilian sectors. Estimated casualties, everyone between here and there." Chief checked his weapon. "Not on my watch." SCP-096, the Shy Guy. The creature's screaming echoed through the corridors of Site-19. SCP-096, the Shy Guy, was impossibly tall, impossibly thin, with elongated limbs and a jaw that could open wide enough to bite a man in half. Once you saw its face, it would hunt you to the ends of the earth. It would run through walls, through armies, through anything. And when it reached you, it would tear you apart. Dr. Williams, the researcher who'd accidentally seen its face in a photograph, was hiding in a supply closet, whimpering, knowing that death was coming for him. The screaming got closer. Closer. The door to the supply closet began to bend inward as 096 approached from the other side. Then, silence. Dr. Williams held his breath. On the other side of the door, Master Chief stood between SCP-096 and its target. The shy guy had stopped screaming, which was somehow worse. It stood there, hunched over, its face turned toward Chief. "Cortana," Chief said quietly. "Analysis." "It's locked onto the researcher in that room," Cortana reported. "According to Foundation files, nothing stops it once it's acquired a target. It's killed thousands. Then we'll be the first." 96 moved. It was fast, faster than anything that size should be able to move. Its elongated arms reached for Chief, its jaws opening impossibly wide. Chief didn't try to dodge. He planted his feet and caught the creature's wrists as it lunged. The impact would have killed a normal human. Even with Mjolnir armor, Chief felt the force of it, but his boots had maglocked to the floor and his armor's servos whined with effort as he held the creature back. 096 screamed directly into Chief's visor, spraying saliva, its breath reeking of decay. Its jaw snapped at his helmet, but Chief held firm. "Cortana, I need options." "Working on it." "Okay." "Foundation files say 096 calms down once it's killed its target. What if we could make it think the target is already dead?" "How?" "Give me access to the facility's internal sensors. I'm going to fake Dr. Williams's biosignature flatline." Chief continued to hold the thrashing creature. "Do it." Cortana worked through the Foundation systems, infiltrating their medical monitoring network. She found Dr. Williams's biosignature and flatlined it. SCP-096 stopped struggling. It turned its eyeless face toward the supply closet, confused. The target was gone? Dead? Slowly, the creature's posture relaxed. Its arms went limp in Chief's grip. It stopped screaming. Chief carefully released the creature and stepped back. 096 stood there for a moment, almost peaceful. Then it turned and walked back toward its containment cell. Chief waited until it was gone before opening the supply closet door. Dr. Williams looked up, tears streaming down his face. Am I dead?" "No," Chief said, "but you're going to be more careful with photographs from now on." The challenge. Word spread through Site-19 about the soldier who'd stopped SCP-096 without violence.
The anomalies whispered about him, some with fear, some with respect, and one with anticipation. SCP-076's cube cracked open. Abel emerged, his body covered in glowing tattoos, ethereal blades materializing in his hands. He'd been waiting for this, waiting for a warrior worthy of his attention. He found Master Chief in the training facility running combat drills. "You," Abel said, his voice carrying the weight of millennia. "I've heard of your deeds. You've faced monsters and made them retreat. You've shown skill and honor." Chief turned to face the ancient warrior. "I am Abel, first son of Adam, trained in combat before the pyramids rose. I challenge you, warrior to warrior, not to the death, but to first blood, to see who is truly the superior fighter." Chief considered this. He didn't have time for ego-driven duels, but he also recognized that refusing might make Abel an enemy. And from what he'd read in the files, having Abel as an ally could be valuable. "One condition," Chief said, "no lethal techniques. This is training, not execution." Abel grinned. "Agreed, shall we?" What followed was the purest display of martial skill Site-19 had ever witnessed. Abel was ancient, trained in every fighting style ever developed, his blades moving in patterns that seemed to exist in more than 3 dimensions. Master Chief was modern warfare incarnate, enhanced by Spartan augmentation, guided by Cortana's tactical analysis, his every move optimized for efficiency. They fought for 17 minutes. Abel's blades cut through the air, each strike capable of killing. Chief dodged, weaved, and when he couldn't dodge, he caught the blades with his armored hands, ignoring the sparks. Chief countered with devastating hand-to-hand techniques, each strike powerful enough to crack concrete. Abel evaded with supernatural grace, laughing with genuine joy. "Magnificent!" Abel shouted. "Finally, a true challenge!" "Cortana," Chief said, ducking under a blade strike. "Pattern analysis? On it. He favors his left side by 0.3 seconds. Exploit that." Chief waited for the opening. When Abel swung with his right blade, Chief stepped inside the guard, passed the blade, and delivered a calculated strike to Abel's ribs. First blood. Not much, just a scratch, but enough. Abel stopped, looked down at the small cut, and laughed again. I yield. You have bested me, Spartan. He extended his hand. Chief shook it. You fight with honor, Abel said. If you ever need a blade in the dark, you have but to ask. I'll remember that. Yeah, Chief said. The discovery. In her lab, Dr. Reyes made a breakthrough. She'd been studying the Forward Unto Dawn slip space drive, comparing it to Foundation records of temporal anomalies, and she'd found something. Chief, you need to see this, she said over the comm. Chief arrived to find her surrounded by holographic displays showing complex mathematical equations. I think I know how you got here, she said. The slip space rupture you mentioned, it didn't just move you through space, it moved you through time. But more than that, it moved you between dimensional planes. Meaning? Meaning this isn't just 500 years in your past. This is a parallel Earth. Similar but not identical. Your timeline and ours diverged at some point, probably centuries ago. Chief felt something cold settle in his chest. Can you send me back? Dr. Reyes hesitated. Theoretically, yes, we have several SCPs that can manipulate space-time. SCP-2000, SCP-3001, even SCP-2935 if we're desperate. But the power requirements are immense, and the risk of something going wrong is high. How high? You could end up anywhere. Anywhen. You could be scattered across dimensions, or you could make it home exactly when and where you need to be. Chief looked at Cortana's avatar on his HUD. She met his gaze. Your call, Chief, she said quietly. He thought about the war he'd left behind, the Infinity, Blue Team, the thousands of lives depending on him. But he also thought about this Earth, this timeline, and the threats they faced, the Scarlet King, the other anomalies, the work they were doing here. How long until you can build the device? He asked Dr. Reyes. 6 months, maybe a year. Then we have time, Chief said. In the meantime, there's work to do here. Dr. Reyes smiled. You're going to help us? Until we can send me back, yes. After that, he looked at the holographic display showing the Scarlet King's containment chamber. After that, we'll see. Epilogue. 3 months later. Director Graham stood in the observation deck, watching Master Chief run a training exercise with MTF Omega-7. The Spartan had transformed the unit from a standard containment team into something resembling a UNSC strike force. They'd successfully contained 12 major breaches in 3 months, 0 casualties. He's remarkable, Dr. Reyes said, standing beside Graham. He is, Graham agreed. The O5 Council wants to classify him as an asset, a tool. But I think he's more than that. I think he's what we need. A soldier who fights not because he's contained or controlled, but because it's the right thing to do. On the training floor, Chief helped a fallen operative to his feet, offering tactical advice. The operative nodded, grateful. In Chief's HUD, Cortana's avatar smiled. She was almost fully restored now, her personality matrix rebuilt using Foundation technology. You know, she said, we could stay here, help them, make a real difference. We have a war to get back to, Chief reminded her. I know, but maybe we can win 2 wars. Chief watched as MTF Omega-7 executed the drill perfectly, using the tactics he'd taught them. Maybe we can, he said. In the depths of Site-19, in his pocket dimension, SCP-106 brooded. The warrior had heard him, driven him off, but he was patient. He would wait. And when the time was right, in her containment cell, SCP-96 sat peacefully. For the first time in years, she felt something other than rage. She felt calm. The warrior had stopped her without killing, without violence. It was confusing. In his chains, the Scarlet King watched through dimensions and smiled. This warrior was powerful, but power could be corrupted, used. When the time came, when the chains finally broke, and in the council chambers, 051 read the reports and made a decision. Classify SCP redacted as the Master Chief, he said. Object class, Thaumiel. He's not a threat to be contained, he's a weapon to be deployed against the things that would end us all. Classified Addendum. The following message was found carved into the wall of the training facility. Spartans never die, they're just missing in action. Security footage shows Master Chief pausing during a training session, looking at the wall. He didn't carve it.
but he nodded, as if in approval. The Foundation still doesn't know who carved it, but they suspect it was SCP-76 too, Abel, honoring a fellow warrior. It remains there still, a reminder. Some soldiers fight because they must, some fight because they're forced, but some fight because it's who they are. Master Chief is the latter, and the Foundation is grateful for it.